Greetings. My name is Allanah Stanton. I'm a sophomore at Rockdale County High School and a member of the Rockdale County High School FCCLA chapter. I would just like to say that I hope you're having a lovely day. And if you're not, I'm sending positive vibes and energy your way. So today, I'll be presenting to you the leadership journey of Allanah Stanton. Just a quick disclaimer before we begin. Due to time constraints within the project, I will not be able to read each and every slide, but I do ask that you pause and read as needed. So, without further ado, let's get into the project. First up, we have our table of contents. If you get lost and you need to go back to any slide, here's the topics in the slides in which you can find them on. So, the FCCLA planning process. What is the goal for this project? Well, my goal is to expand and utilize mental health resources given to students within my school. I do consider myself to be a leader within mental health. I'll be responsible for carrying out this goal, but I will request help from my mentors and the adults that support me. I started planning for this goal at the beginning of my sophomore year, and I have a deadline for the end of my junior year. I will achieve this goal by setting small, short term goals that will help improve my overall leadership skills. This is a goal that I believe can be accomplished. So, how will I accomplish it? Well, with any goal, you must form a plan. So, I'll be the one acting out this plan along with the help of my mentors. I will expand and utilize mental health resources given to students in my school. I will do this at Rockdale County High School by the end of my junior year. I'll do this by spreading awareness around mental health and speaking to my school's faculty about mental health. The resources that will be used is the peer facilitation program at RCHS, a desk calendar, and the reminders app. So, in case you're wondering, the peer program is a program that trains students to be leaders within the field of mental health and helping other students. My smaller short term goals will be based on the feedback that I receive from the leadership inventories. How did I act on this goal? Well, like I stated before, I have been consistently working on this goal for the past semester. I have worked with teachers at my school to help spread awareness. I've created flyers, participated in campaigns. I hosted a room about mental health where kids could just join and talk about how they're doing. I've gone to leadership trainings to help improve my ability to lead. I've gained knowledge on mental health. I have worked on accomplishing my short term goals to help improve my leadership skills, but I would have to say the biggest step I have taken towards my goal is that I created a website for the peer facilitation program. This has helped me to spread awareness virtually, especially since we're in a pandemic. So, how did I do with this goal? Well, I have been successful at spreading awareness around mental health. I have also seen my leadership skills improve considerably. The way my leadership skills have improved was by working on this project, and exactly how you'll see as we go through. A change I plan on making is the way I present the topic of mental health to my school's faculty, as I want to present it in a way that I believe is more engaging and convincing. I'll follow up this plan by taking a course educating myself on how to present to adults. While this goal has not been fully completed and accomplished, I have seen some of my desired results. I will continue to work on this goal. And just a quick disclaimer so there's no confusion whatsoever. My overall goal is to expand and utilize mental health resources within my school. However, the focus for the project is how I improve my leadership skills to achieve this overall bigger goal of expanding those mental health resources. So, on to the next topic. Here is the evidence of online project summary submission. Now on to my leadership profile and employability skills checklist. Just a little about me. This is my first year in FCCLA, and this is my first event that I am competing in. Within the school, I am a Girls in Focus to Succeed leader. I am the youngest leader of this club, achieving this as only a sophomore. I am the Beta Club Vice President for my school. I'm the first ever and only level 4 peer leader out of the entire Rockdale County. I'm an FCCLA member, of course, a student council member, a FBLA member. I'm a part of Rockdale Youth Leadership, and I'm a student athlete as I run track and field. Within the community, I sit on the Rockdale Coalition for Drug-Free Awareness as the youth board member. Now on to the employability skills checklist. This is a slide that I ask that you pause and read. Everything that needs to be explained is on the slide. Once again, same thing with this one. Now onto the leadership competencies inventory that I did myself and the summary. Here is an overall outlook on how I scored myself within the categories of workplace skills, effective personal relationships, effective interpersonal relationships, and critical thinking skills. Now, I will not be reading these slides. However, I will ask that you pause and read. For each slide, I put the score. I'm just going to go back to this one real quick. I put the score, how I got this far within the skill, how I plan on improving, and now on to the self-analysis. So to summarize, I am overall proud of how far I've come with my leadership skills. The areas in which I scored the highest in included effective personal skills and effective interpersonal skills. I think this is important for me, especially, is because I plan on going into mental health, and you have to be a very personable person when it comes to mental health. I have undergone trainings, role plays, and real time applications that help bring these skills to which the level they are at. I will continue to improve on these skills. The areas that I saw needed the most improvement are workplace skills and critical thinking skills. I will enhance my critical thinking skills by creating step by step plans, pushing myself to think outside the box, and asking open ended questions. I will enhance my workplace skills by starting an internship and practicing time management and self discipline. Of course, this is only the beginning of my leadership journey, so I'm excited to see all the growth that is to come. Learning and improving is something that never stops. Now, on to the leadership competencies inventory provided by the observers. This is the analysis, and I will also include the image awareness summary. So, this is from Observer 1. Please pause and read. So, in conclusion, Observer 1 is one of my mentors. They've been my mentor for about 3 to 4 years now, so they've had many opportunities to see me in leadership roles. Areas in which I excelled in, according to Observer 1, included commitment, attention to detail, and supporting my peers. Areas in growth include time management, learning to find my voice as a leader. I have been actively working on ways to improve my time management. Time management is a skill that everyone needs. So, some ways I've improved this skill is by using an agenda to help me keep up with everything I need to do. Another tip I use for time management is that time is elastic. It can bend, you can bend time to fit what you need and what you want. I use this tip to remind myself that I can get it done if I prioritize it. I'm appreciative of the advice that I received from Observer 1. On to Observer 2. Once again, please pause and read. So, Observer 2 is one of my club administrators, and I've known them for about 2 years now. Areas in which I excelled in include passion, communication, and willingness to work with everyone. Areas of improvement include overcommitment, creating step-by-step plans, and follow-through. As a leader, these three areas will be something I consistently work on. For step-by-step plans and follow-through, I have recently attended a strategic prevention framework training that has helped me with planning and follow-through. When it comes to overcommitment, I practiced effective time management and continuously check my calendar so that I reduce my overcommitment. I'm grateful for the feedback provided. Now on to Observer 3. Please pause and read. Observer 3 is a peer at my school, and they've known me for 2 years. Areas and strength include giving the team a good plan, always being engaged with the team, and commitment. Areas of improvement include being patient with the team and taking new ideas from team members. I will work on being patient by taking deep breaths when faced with adversity. Deep breathing is actually a coping skill that I use daily to help maintain a good mental health. So its calming effect should help me with my patience. I will strive to be open minded in order to take new ideas from team members. Learning and listening is something I especially value, so I'm more than happy to take new ideas. Awareness summary. I would first like to start off by giving a special thanks. This feedback has allowed me to reflect, identify, and plan for areas that need improvement. I will now be able to set smart goals in place to help me improve my leadership skills. On the observer summary slides 17, 20, and 23, I have provided ways in which I will enhance my skills. And over to the side is just a comparison of how I rank myself versus observers. On to the admirable leader summary. This one sounds a little cliche, but my mother is my admirable leader. My mother has been someone who's always been there for me, no matter what the circumstance is. She's a single mother and she's disabled, but it has never held her back, and she makes sure to get things done. With her help, I have become the first and only level 4 peer leader within Rockdale County. So, what skills does she obtain that's helped me? Well, my mother is a very well rounded person when it comes to critical thinking skills, effective personal relationship skills, effective interpersonal workplace skills, and workplace skills. When it comes to critical thinking, she's very observant. When it comes to personal relationship skills, she's an active listener. She knows how to note take. So, I think my mother is an excellent person for anybody to admire. My mother, of course, has areas of growth like anyone, but the thing with her is she's never afraid to ask for help so that she can learn. I have acquired a great number of skills from her, and I thank her dearly. Now on to my leadership development plan. The three biggest areas that I felt I needed to develop as a leader included step-by-step plans, time management, and being open-minded. I will not read through these slides, however, I will give a summary. So, leadership time management was something that Observer 1 gave to me to develop as a leader. So, some past steps I've taken to improve my time management was investing in a desk calendar. To further improve my time management skills, I have set 3 short-term goals that can be achieved by next week. I have dedicated myself to working on these goals because effective time management is just something every leader should have. Additional project progress I will make is consistently using my desk calendar. So here is the area that leader Observer 2 gave me to develop as a leader, which is step-by-step plans. So once again, there's 3 goals to help me improve creating step-by-step plans. So some progress I have made with this is I have taken a training that talked about plan making. This training taught me how to effectively brainstorm, collect data, and even set goals for my plan. Once again, I listed 3 short-term goals that will help me improve my ability to create step-by-step plans. By achieving these goals, I will be able to make small steps to improve my ability to make step-by-step plans. On to Observer 3. Observer 3 thinks I should be a little bit more open-minded, which I'm open to. So here's just 3 short-term goals that I've created to become more open-minded. I have made progress by listening to and having conversations with people who do not share the same beliefs as me. I've also done debate in the past, so me being open-minded wasn't really hard because I'm used to learning how to listen to the other side. By achieving these 3 goals, I will be able to make small changes to improve my ability to become more open minded. And the reason why I set 3 short-term goals for each one is because it's sort of like a way to indoctrinate these ideas into me. I'm taking small steps to help me with a bigger step in life. So I will unconsciously have these skills instilled in me without even noticing. Now, this goal is one I made for myself. After completing my self analysis, I realized the main short term goal I had for myself is to do a presentation on mental health. I created this goal by using valuable feedback from my observers. In summary, I have created goals pertaining to the feedback each observer gave. I chose 3 topics, one from each observer that I felt needed the most improvement. In the LDP, you will find 9 short-term goals for each topic, 3 for each topic. When creating these goals, I ensured that they were SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. On to the outside perspective reflection. I will not read this, but I do ask that you pause and read. On to my leadership reflection. So, impact of working toward goals on personal leadership effective. Well, I believe this effect on me has been huge. Working on certain skills like time management, plan making, and public speaking, I have been able to vastly improve as a leader. If I did not improve these skills, I doubt that I would have gotten so much accomplished. By working towards these goals, I have seen my confidence and my ability to lead increase as well. So, what have I learned? This event in my leadership journey, I have learned that learning never stops. So, learning new things, learning about myself, learning new perspectives, learning how to grow in all things learning. I believe the only way you can succeed as a leader is to be willing to learn. A specific example of how I learned throughout this event was the Leadership Competencies inventory. I was able to get feedback from my mentors on what I can improve on. I also learned new ways to enhance my skills and what skills were already enhanced. One thing I learned from moving to regional to state is how to create better virtual presentations. Some of the advice that I was given was to try and slow down. So throughout this project, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I have been speaking relatively slow to get through 56 slides. And I hope I've been just a little entertaining for you. On to the next slide. I will ask that you pause and read this slide as I've done quite a bit of talking on my strengths and weaknesses. So, what will I take from the experience? Well, like I stated earlier, healthy habits that have been unconsciously instilled into me, such as time management. And of course, I've done this by creating 3 small short term goals that will unconsciously instill it into me. A goal I have in mind for the future is doing educational sessions with other youth in my community. I can now use the skills I have improved on to assist me with further goals. So, what am I exactly going to do in the future and how am I going to develop? Well, my plan for future actions and developments include taking more trainings on mental health, creating flyers on mental health, such as the one I created to the left, and hopefully even hosting my own training on mental health. Also, continue to build upon my workplace skills and critical thinking skills by putting them into practice. So, before we get into the closing, I just would like to answer 2 questions that the evaluators requested I answered. The first question is, what is one skill that you learned or improved upon during your project that you will use in the next school year, or your future career? Well, for me, this is a very simple question. And the answer to this question is time management. As I stated before, time management is a skill that everyone, leader or no leader, should have. I will take this skill of time management to improve not only on my next school year, but my career and even in my personal life. Hopefully, I will even be able to help youth in my community practice better time management skills. The second question is, what obstacles caused challenges in your work and how did you face them? Well, as a leader, there will always be adversity. And the way a person leads is defined by how they face their adversity. At least that's what I believe. Because your true feelings, your true critical thinking skills, your true personal effective relationships skills, all that comes out when you're faced with adversity. So, my challenge for this project was time constraints. I had a short amount of time to not only present this project, but also to create it. So, how did I address this? Well, like I just said, by if practicing effective time management skills. I also made sure that I worked smarter. Now, on to the leadership reflection, closing thoughts. So, during my leadership journey, I have gone through unimaginable trials and tribulations to take me where I'm at today. I'm, of course, proud of myself for never giving up, even when things got hard. My true happiness comes from servicing people. And as a leader, I am in my happy place when I lead. I'm also very thankful that I had the honor to get feedback from my mentors. This feedback has provided me with an opportunity to assess areas that I need to grow in and what steps I should take to grow. I will continue to improve in both my areas of strengths and areas of growth by following my leadership development plan. I've had leadership positions since I was in elementary school. So to just take a moment and just reflect on how far I've truly come, it leaves me in awe. There was a time in my life where I was nervous to just speak in front of a mirror. Now, if you put me in front of a crowd of 100 people, I would be able to speak as though I've done it 1,000 times. The next step in my leadership journey is to continue to work on my goal of expanding and utilizing mental health resources for students in my school. As mentioned previously, I have seen a lot of my desired effects. However, there's still room for me to improve upon this goal. I see this next step not as being the beginning of the end, but the end of the beginning. I will now push myself even harder to accomplish this goal now that I have improved upon my areas of growth and made my strong points even stronger. With that being said, thank you, FCCLA, for this opportunity. Thank you and goodbye.